Welcome folks, how are you all? I believe everyone is cool. So here I am again with the weekly analysis and this all my prediction. So please don't take it seriously. Do your own analysis and try to compare it with myself. That would be the best opportunity for learning. Okay. So here I'm gonna start with the calendar. You have to start with your calendar at the beginning of the month or the week and around the weekend. Okay. So you can see this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We don't have any news around Monday and Tuesday. Then we have a news at 1:01 p.m. USD, and that's a medium impact news, and that is 10 years bond auction. I actually don't give that much attention to those type of bond auction news because I don't see more volatility around that area, so I really don't count them as the news. But still I will be careful about that time around that time. But still, in my opinion, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday we don't have any news. And if there is no news, then there will be no volatility. If you get the volatility, that will be the weird price action, and this type of weird price action I always try to avoid. Okay. So in short, this is going to be another weird week for us. Now you can ask, brother, why you are just talking about the weird weeks for every week. The reason is we are now going through the most hardest price action in history. Okay, so I believe that very soon it's gonna be smoother, and in that time we will be able to take more entries and more trade, more cute, I mean precise trade. Until then we have to be patient. There is no other way. Okay, it is what it is right now. The current world war situation is not so good. Let it be calm down first. Okay? So in when I am done with the forex calendar, I would love to start with the dollar index, because dollar index is the barometer for future market. Though I don't want to get the precise precise price action for dollar index, overall I need an idea. So you can see this is the BPR area I have marked from dollar index monthly chart, and this is the monthly fair value gap, bearish fair value gap. This is the monthly bullish fair value gap. This is the week 50%. Month price came here to that week 50%. That is also called the last fair value gap. Then market went higher, then went through this BPR area, trade this monthly fair value gap, bearish fair value gap, come back again to this BPR constant enforcement, closed over there. If you ask me, I really would love to see that market will keep going higher until that swing high, and finally it will reach at least until the constant enforcement of monthly bearish fair value gap. That is my primarily intention or expectation from the monthly chart for dollar index. Now if I see that market actually keep going lower and break this BPR area, then I will think that market will reach until the 50% of that week. Okay, so this week 50% will be my target, but really I don't want to see that. I would love to see that market will keep going higher. This month candle, and after opening this candle it went little higher, then it kept falling. So I'm thinking this is the manipulation. Now the its distribution should happen, it should expand higher, and until this buy side liquidity should be I mean expanded, then it will reach at least to this constant enforcement. So I would love to see that again. If it can break this BPR or the constant enforcement one more time, then this week 50% will be my target. So that's all from the monthly chart. I'm trying to make it shorter these videos, that's why I'm just talking too fast. Okay, so over here let me remove this. This is the weekly chart, and from the weekly chart you can see market final. Primarily market came here to this weekly fair value gap. This is the last fair value gap from weekly chart. Market came here, at the same time it traded the monthly fair value gap, bullish fair value gap high, then went little higher. There is the fair value gap, it left it open, that is called the breakaway gap. Trade this inversion fair value gap, price came here, trade the inversion fair value gap, went higher, then come back again to this order block. Now if you would love to mark this candle, which is called the consecutive order block, there is nothing wrong, because this candle closed above that candle. Okay, so above that candle, when it closed above that candle, you can mark the consecutive order block, and you can see perfectly body closed at that level. As market has reached to the lowest down close candle, so I actually marked that area as my order block with precision. Okay, so it tapped to this water block perfectly, tick by tick, then went higher, went through this BPR, made another bullish fair value gap. I wanted to see that this bullish fair value gap will be unfilled. If it is filled, then market will reach until the constant encroachment or high of this BPR. Last week, you can see market actually reached to the constant encroachment of that BPR. I mean, last Friday. then it went higher, closed over there. I really would love to see this week market will go through this fair value gap one more time, and then it will take at least this buy side liquidity. If it has the power, then it will come toward that buy side liquidity and finally this constant investment from the monthly fair value gap. Okay, but yeah, primarily it should reach until that buy side liquidity. That's my expectation. If I see market is keep going lower, it went through this bpr, then I will expect that market will work more with this bullish, bullish fair value gap, this candle low, that candle high, and also the mean threshold of that order block. Though I don't want to see that, I really would love to see it. It will left that area open. As the way it opened that area, it will be open like that way, and it will keep going higher until this constant encroachment. That's all I would love to see. But here is the part where ICT told in his last video we should work in this type of situation if with if and then. If it happens, then I will expect that. If that happens, then I will expect this. Okay, so something like that. If market keep going higher, this buy side liquidity and this buy side liquidity will be my target. I mean, if market go above this constant encroachment of this bullish fair value gap, then market will take those buy side liquidity. If market keep going lower, I mean the very next candle opened and then trade maybe to the low or to the constant crossman, then keep going lower, then I will target this relatively equal lows. You can see this is at the level of the water block. This is also relatively equal lows, and finally it will work with this fair value gap and the mean threshold. That's all from weekly chart. Let's go to daily chart. So same from the daily chart, as I told last week, if this daily fair value gap is broken, then market will reach until the BPR. And you can see when this candle closed below this daily fair value gap, the very next candle reached until the constant encroachment of that BPR. Now here is that relatively equal lows. If you remember from the weekly chart, that was my order block level from weekly chart. So this is also relatively equal lows. Okay, this low has taken by that low, that is called obvious liquidity. I don't want to see that market will take that sell side liquidity, but it's absolutely possible. In this type of situation, I will see this daily fair value gap. So there is a daily fair value gap. Excuse me. So here is your daily fair value gap, and you can see here. So if market reach little higher, if body close inside this fair value gap, and maybe it will trade the low or the constant encroachment of this daily bullish fair value gap, and the body closed inside this daily bearish fair value gap, then I will expect that market will go toward that sell side liquidity. In this type of situation, I'll be bullish for Nasdaq. If market went through this bearish fair value gap and finally closed above this fair value gap constant encroachment, then I will start to think market is going to take this clean buy side liquidity, this high and that high. Okay, they are relatively equal highs, so that is going to be triggered, and finally if it has that much strongness or volatility, then it will reach until the 50% of the monthly bearish fair value gap. Okay? So if as I am talking to speed, please try to make the speed slow and I don't know how it's going to be work for you, but try to understand whatever I'm trying to give you, the way it will help you. Please go by that way. Okay, now I would love to go to 15-minute chart. I don't want to spend in hourly chart because there is nothing in hourly chart. So from 15-minute chart, you can see market actually came to this BPR constant encroachment, went higher. This was the news candle. Then it closed the news candle perfectly. Okay, then there is a bullish fair value gap from 15-minute chart. It trade the bullish fair value gap, fake breakout, went higher, make the lowest down close candle as a order block, trade the order block, went higher, come back again until this water block, failed to trade the water block, but at the same time it has traded this bullish fair value gap. When it has traded this bullish fair value gap, went little higher. Now is the part, is market able to go through all of this area and finally it can reach until that buy sell liquidity or not. Okay, so sorry, over not over there, here this high and that high. Okay, so they are relatively equal highs. That is my target for this week. We will see if it can reach from here to here. So that's my primary target. At the same time, if I see market actually trade here around that area, from there is a daily bearish fair value gap, I will really would love to see that it will go through this everything. But if this bullish fair value gap and there is a bearish fair value gap from daily chart, if they hold the price, then this sell side liquidity will be my target. So if it happens, I'll be, and if it happens and market go for the sell side liquidity, I'll be bullish for Nasdaq. And if this thing fail to hold the price and market start to go higher for that buy side liquidity, I'll be bearish for Nasdaq. Let's go to Nasdaq. Here is the Nasdaq, and you can see this is the bullish fair value gap from monthly chart. Price came here to this bullish fair value gap. Then last month, last month it reached until this bullish fair value gap. This month, market opened and started to go higher. Okay, so if you ask me, I'm not convinced yet that market has done its lower job. I really wanted to see that it will reach at least until the 50% of that week. I really wanted to see that, or yeah, that was my intention. But eventually this is this consecutive order block. I really wanted to see that market will reach until this consecutive order block, then it will start to go higher. Okay, so it's not a random level, but it's still, I think this is the random level. Okay, it's not random level because we have this bullish fair value gap, and see this is the breakaway gap. Here this candle low, that candle high, this is the last fair value gap, this is the entry fair value gap. So still it's not random, but I really wanted to see market will go little lower. Now here it's so clean to see that market is going to take the all-time high again one more time. But still, when I will be in lower time frame, we'll understand that I will depend so many things. I have to depend on so many things for taking buy. But if it started to go lower, that will be easier for me to frame a trade. Okay, so from monthly chart, it's clean that market is going for that buy side liquidity. Still I have confusion that is it really would love to go higher, or is it really go love to go lower. Okay, let's go to weekly chart. So from weekly chart, you can see market came here to this weekly order block. I wanted to see that it will reach until this mean threshold. That was my expectation, that at least it will reach until that mean threshold, but it didn't do that. It is what it is. Market went higher. This is the only bearish weekly fair value gap. So it has traded this bearish weekly fair value gap. This week is going to be very difficult to trade. The reason is, if market go through this weekly bearish fair value gap, then there is lot of defense. Okay, lot of defense that can stop the price. And if market really would love to go higher and take the all-time high one more time, or until that minus 1.5 standard deviation. Remember that this liquidity is minus 1.5 standard deviation. I told that I'm not convinced yet that market has made the all-time high. It has to reach at least minus 1.5 standard deviation, if even if it wants to make the all-time high has done. Okay, so yeah, if it started to make this all-time high this week, then I'll be in a very difficult situation. But if it keep going lower, I'll be very happy to see that, because I have a lot of sell side liquidity around that area, and I really want to see they will be taken before market going for the all-time high. So from weekly chart, this weekly fair value gap is very important to determine that is it really holding the price, or market is going through this bearish fair value gap and going to make this bearish fair value gap as a support and go for the buy side liquidity. Okay, let's go to daily chart. So this is the daily chart, and as you can see, market came here to this daily fair value gap, the entry fair value gap. When market trade this entry fair value gap, reach until this last fair value gap. Now below this buy side liquidity, there is no other fair value gap except this last fair value gap. Now if this last fair value gap from daily chart can hold the price, then market can go lower and it can take some liquidity, and yeah, it can reach until the mean threshold from that weekly order block, weekly chart, and the last fair value gap from daily chart. It can reach until that area. But if this last fair value gap is broken, then I have to wait. I have to face a lot of difficulties. What I'm talking about, let me go to hourly chart. So if you come to this hourly chart, you will get so many things around that area. You see, this is the entry fair value gap, this is the last fair value gap. Okay, so if market came here to this entry fair value gap, it can reverse. When it will reach until that last fair value gap, it can reverse. Maybe it will go through the both fair value gap, bearish fair value gap. Finally it will reach to this last fair value gap from another entry fair value gap from hourly chart, maybe. Okay, so it can reverse from there, as well as here is last fair value gap from hourly chart or something like that. I mean, it can reach any level from any kind of fair value gap. Here is also the last fair value gap. Any of this last fair value gap can hold the price, send it back. Okay, so if it keep going higher, that will be really so difficult for me to frame a buy setup. But if it started to keep going lower, then I have this clean sell side liquidity around that area. I have this clean sell side liquidity. See, this low and that low, they are relatively equal lows. Here I have the liquidity as well. And finally if it can reach over there, then it started to go higher, it will be very easier for me to frame the trade. Now it's all will depend on dollar index as well, because if dollar index keep going higher, then it will be easier for Nasdaq to fall. If dollar index fail to go higher, that daily fair value gap from dollar index, if it stop the price, send it back for the sell side liquidity, then this guy will keep going higher and it will take the all-time high. See, here is the all-time high or obvious buy side liquidity. Here is some buy side liquidity as well, and this is that minus 1.5 standard deviation, though I don't think so that market will reach until that area this week, but still there is a possibility that market can reach until that buy side liquidity. So I am, if market keep going lower, it will be easier for me to frame a trade, but if it started to go higher, I will have a very small range. Okay, because entry fair value gap plus fair value gap, entry fair value gap plus fair value gap, entry fair value gap plus fair value gap, all of this fair value gap is really strongly, okay, it's very strong, which can stop the price, send it back for the sell side liquidity. That is why I'm really confused when market will start to go higher. What I will do, maybe I will be in 15-minute chart and I will frame some trade from 15-minute chart. I mean, from 15-minute chart, I will try to find out some sell side liquidity, maybe like small sell side liquidity here, then this sell side liquidity here, this sell side liquidity. I have some sell side liquidity around that area. I mean, I will try to find some sell side liquidity and I will try to frame a trade from 1-minute chart. It is not going to be easy for me, but as I am doing the live streaming, maybe I will do that. Okay, so overall, I would love to see dollar index will go higher and Nasdaq will go lower. If dollar index fail to break that daily fair value gap, then Nasdaq will fail. I mean, Nasdaq will go through all of this fair value gap, bearish fair value gap. Okay, so it will break all of this bearish fair value gap and it will keep going higher. Everything will depend. When I don't know, because this week we don't have that news as well. So volatility is not expecting. If the volatility come, then it's gonna be a weird price action, and in this the weird price action we should not trade. That is how why ICT told that every week is not for trading. Okay, every day is not for trading. So you have to understand this type of situation, and this is also the part of trading. If you really don't know when you should trade and when you should not trade, then you are gambling. And if you are gambling, then I'm not with you. I'm not on your side. I will I will just tell you that you will never be a profitable trader. Okay, gambler can't be a profitable trader. So be careful about this week as well. I don't know when everything is going to be fine, but I believe that very soon it's going to be very fine. The price action will be very much smoother. Until then, really we have to wait. I mean, there's no other option. If you want to trade, you have to you have to make sure that your capital is safe. Okay, you reserved your capital, mental capital and the economic capital, both of them you have to reserve. Otherwise if you just blow your account, maybe later mm, better price action will come, but you will be afraid to push your button because you already blown your account. Okay, so please be very careful and stay still until the better price action. Until then, just be patient. Okay, if you are new, you can subscribe to my channel and don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to write down something to about this video below the comment box. If you think that something should be improved, except the voice, I mean the audio, except the audio, if you think something I should add or I should talk more about or I should talk slowly, anything, okay, any kind of advice will be appreciated. So guys, until the next video, cheers.